guys and gals? Never here from Drake Queen Gaming and something mounted toward the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Conway. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. As long as you know that before you start, you can always return if you find out it's not for you. Sure, it's still a leap into the unknown, that's all. Maybe I'm just worried it won't work out the way I hoped. That sounds childish, too, once you say it out loud. You can't help casting one last, slightly wistful look at the harbor. All that security, everything you've known, you'll be leaving it all behind to spend God knows how long with sailors like these? It worked out for you, though, right? You don't seem to have any trouble. He gives you a quizzical look. Trouble? Nerves? Things you're leaving behind? People who might miss you? He grabs the leather strap of the bag that you realize must contain all his belongings. Everything he has left in the world, just like you. But he twirls it idly in his hand, and shakes his head decisively. Oh. No. Nobody? Well, fine, yes. Either he realizes that's not enough of an answer, or he suddenly decides he wants to tell you more. People will miss me, and I'll miss seeing the friends I grew up with, but my father has worked on ships all my life, so... What do they say? Salt water in your veins? Well, in that sense. He lets go of the bag and stands up, stretching his arms widely. It was only just a matter of time before I'd follow in his footsteps, I guess. Ah, yes. Yes, of course. Their admiralty has no doubt in this one's illustrious future. Hey, who knows? He seems to do a better job than you of not letting the wolf's personality get to him. Or maybe he takes it as a challenge, because his next question is directed at the canine as he makes his way over to him. What about you, anyway? What's your story? The wolf looks at him with an openly baleful expression. My story? Yeah. His thick tail follows the movement of each step he takes, like a dancer's ribbons, as he makes his way around the mast and past the wolf. Money. Money? That's it? That's it. I've earned money here in town, you know. And? I did, didn't I? Maybe I should have asked for a bonus. Being interrogated wasn't part of the description. It's hardly an interrogation, I'm just curious. We're not really gonna get you to tell us anything about you, are we? Rather than answering, he flips the coin into the air. He catches it effortlessly, rolling it down between his fingers. What about your name? Will you at least tell us that? He pauses, looking at you, poised to flip the coin into the air again. Wolf. Can't be serious. No way your name is just Wolf. And yet here we are. My parents weren't the creative type. How's that? Mine aren't either, but sure they didn't just call you Wolf. What was the point of asking me if you weren't going to listen to the answer in the first place? Wolf. He repeats it, clearly unconvinced. They saw a wolf fall out, and it was the first thing that came to their mind. What more do you want? Silence descends as you and Jillian both try to decide whether he's being serious. Finally, he flips the coin again. This time, though, he doesn't catch it. The coin glints, briefly catches the light before it disappears in one of the folds of his white shirt. Rather than acknowledge the missed toss, he simply fishes it from his shirt. It shakes his head scornfully. Alright, well, I'm gonna call you Randolph. Oh, no. Alright. Whatever. Apparently. He leans the other way to get close to you, whispering so that the wolf can't hear him. Weird guy. Before you can answer or ask whether or not it was a safe bet, the wolf's hearing wasn't that good. Arthur makes his way forward to join you. Hello, ladies! The three of you get up, and you try to stand at something like military attention, greeting him properly. Arthur takes a few seconds to quietly survey his new recruits. Well, enough sitting around. We're almost ready. We'll be leaving port shortly. You take one final look from the ship down to the harbor. Once more, the realization begins to sink in that this will be the last time you'll see this place for a long time. Or you can bail now. Like Jillian said, turn back while you still have the chance. No. You can't just go back. You chose this for a reason, and you're not going to back out now. The ship is your home. These odd characters are your companions. As you watch two sailors begin to close the heavy wooden door, Arthur speaks up again. You may be new, but I expect the same discipline and dedication from you as I would from any of the others. The whole deck rattles as the door slams shut, the finality you'd always associated with a jail door closing. Which side of the door are you on? You're not certain, but with a boyish smile you realize you certainly don't feel like a prisoner, even if some might argue that you are. It's something funny, sailor. You straighten up even further, to the limits of what you thought would have been possible. No, sir. Sensing that this might not be sufficiently persuasive, you clear your throat. I'm happy to be here, sir. He fixes you in a stern gaze, sizing you up. This isn't a day sailing on your master's yacht, son, and that goes for you, too. Arthur directs this at Julian, who remains impassive, even if you don't know why he might have been singled out. We may not be aboard a warship, but lives of others are going to depend on your diligent work. I expect you, all of you, to take it seriously. All 3 of you will be under my command. Whatever I tell you to do, you'll do, without question, without hesitation, and without doubt. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Julian and the wolf echoed the same alongside you. If not I, then whoever I delegate in my stead. I do not have time to nursemaid you. Is that clear? Again, a chorus of yes, sir, in unison. Certainly more disciplined than you feel. The chain of command is your god now. Whatever you were before, you'll be sailors soon enough. With any luck. The 3 of you remain motionless and stiff as Arthur looks you all up and down. If the horse feels optimistic or disappointed or nothing at all, you can't tell. His expression is impassive, stern, authoritative. After a long spell, he decides he's had enough of his inspection and steps back. I'll find someone to teach you once we left port. Until then, grab your belongings and follow me. When he nods to the bag sitting next to you, you hurry to grab yours, everything that remains of your previous life. Arthur is turned with a crisp, precise movement and heads towards the stern of the ship. He's walking quickly, as are Julian and Wolf. You hasten to catch up, falling in line with the others as sailors around you finish the last of the preparations. A sailor makes his way up the gangplank just before it's pulled up after him. Carrying a leather-bound book and a few dozen letters in his hands, he approaches Arthur. The horse stops and returns the salute the sailor offers him. At ease. Your report? What kind of voice should I give you? Everything and everyone is aboard, sir. The surgeon? He gives a short, sharp nod. Yes, sir. Regia came aboard this morning. She said that she'd found what she needed to continue Mr. Blackborough's treatment. Some good news, then. That should ease everyone's minds. Anything else? Final messages from shore, sir, and the most recent soundings. They're still dredging the main channel, unfortunately. I swear to be faster they use their teeth. Very well. Take this to the quartermaster. With another salute, the sailor dashes aft, towards the tallest section of the ship's hull. The 4 of you follow, although more slowly. Arthur's head is on a constant swivel, taking in the state of the ship around him. The sailor returns, without the books or the letters, and scarcely out of breath for the speed of his movement. Sir, the kedge is fast. The quartermaster recommends we catch the tide, sir. And catch it we shall. Have them hoist the flying jib, but keep at ease until I say so. When the sailor departs, Arthur straightens up further. His head is held high, and although you can see his chest filled with a deep breath, the loudness of his voice still takes you by surprise. All hands stand by to weigh anchor. It is a clear, sharp bellow, and the crew snaps into action as if they were marionettes under his direct control. Cast off all lines! Arthur checks his immediate surroundings, which includes the 3 of you. Stay clear of the ladders. We'll have men moving about. Beyond that, watch and learn. Yes, sir. Although Julian and Wolf seem to know what's going on, you have to pay close attention to discern one bit of activity from any other. The crew are untying the ropes that have bound the Conway to her pier, you finally determine. Yet others wait raptly, their attention focused on Arthur. Haul on to kedge! His head turns and you follow the horse's attention to where sailors have taken position around the windlass. At first it starts to turn, and you notice nothing. And gradually you perceive the shore receding from you as the ship's bow pulls away from the shore. Today, if you please! This seems to be directed at a maned wolf. Oh god, I love me some maned wolves. Oh boy. Supervising the windlass, he gives Arthur a salute. He said, haul in! Put your backs into it! If you want to stay ashore so much, jump ship! The crew are doing their best, although you can't tell if the man's exhortations are making a difference. The rest of us have places to be. Oh, hell, I'll show you louts. He joins them, his long legs straining for purchase on the deck. Good. Handsomely now. You wonder if you're about to be enlisted to help yourself, but Arthur seems satisfied with the change in progress. The dock is noticeably further away now, as the ship's crew pulls it into the harbor by the anchor chain. Arthur's eyes flick from the windlass to the shore, narrowing at the direction of the rising smoke. Sheet in the jib! He pauses, his ear flicking at the sound of a shout from the further aft. You can't make it out, but the horse seems to have had no difficulty. He raises his voice again. All hands, man the halyards. Now, damn it, brace the yards and hoist the sails. Samuel, stand by. Aye, sir. Leave the yards be. Get on the bloody sails, damn you. Something seems to have agitated Arthur, although you can't tell what, but it looks like most of the crew are just pulling ropes. Surely you can do that. How can we help, sir? He shoots you with a sharp look. You can stay out of the bloody way. Clear the damn ladders. What did I say? Julian gives your arm a gentle tug to draw you away from the horse's sight and his ire. Despite the outburst, he's focused again immediately. The sails begin to lift, catching wind until the ropes snap taut. Mind the downhaul and the mizzen stales! The ship is moving perceptibly faster now. Arthur's eyes are still narrowed, his attention turned on something you can't yet perceive. But as if receiving some sigh, he raises his voice again. Some sign. Samuel, haul away! The maned wolf and his crew on the windlass work with a renewed effort. It seems at least to be easier. They're no longer pulling the ship, you realize. The Conway is moving under her own power. Samuel just needs to raise the anchor as you pass over it. Keep the sails sheeted in. That's good, lads. The order is loud, but sounds perceptibly less urgent. He relaxes and takes a deep breath that you can see in the movement of his massive chest. He watches for another minute or so, then turns to the three of you. Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm. He trails off, glaring fiercely at you in particular. I'd prefer you learn the ropes before I start hauling on them. Yes, sir. Report to Samuel. He'll be able to whip you into something like shape. I hope. Yes, sir. Samuel, the maned wolf, seems to have finished whatever he was working on. You take one step towards him, only for Arthur to cut you off. Take care of your bags first, both of you. Your posts 36 and 37, if I remember. He points to you and Julian in turn. Stow your gear, then go see Samuel. You wait, sensing it's expected of you, or at least if you left at once, he'd just yell at you again. You're dismissed. Be quick about it. Wolf, it would seem, has already put away his belongings. You follow Julian, who seems to know where he's going. Do you understand what happened? How you moved the ship, I mean. The orders? Of course, it's not too difficult. You have a hard time believing this, to be honest. Really? All the ropes and the anchors and everything? You understand how it works? Well, not all of it. Just think about it logically. It comes down to wanting wind in the sails, right? I guess. And to point the sails into the wind, you pull on the different ropes. If it's important, they'll teach us. With that, whence the maned wolf was running? The windlass? He looks around at the posts, searching for where they're identified. Ah, here we go. Just put your bag here. You do as he says, although you have to take Julian's own knowledge of the Conway on faith. Windlass. Yes. No. No? He gives you one of those airy, boyish smiles, as if it was the least meaningful thing in the world. The windlass is for the anchor. If the wind's not favorable, they set an anchor in the harbor mud and pull the ship into deep water that way. Simple. You say so. He keeps making this pronouncement. You have the sense that, beneath his lackadaisical exterior, Julian is more complex than he lets on. More world-wise, despite himself. More than you, at least for now. You file windlass away in your mind for later. Is that all we need to do here? Yep, let's get back on deck before Wolf has a chance to turn that other dog against us. Shall we? The two of you join Wolf, who seems to have been engaged in a brief conversation with the maned wolf. Oh, God, he's handsome as fuck. Ah, Samuel, we were told to report to you. The maned wolf is leaning against the railing, the windlass now abandoned. He looks remarkably carefree, with his arm hooked around one of the ship's cables, and his foot propped against one of the cleats. So I've been told. Nothing like a bit of excitement to start the voyage, eh? Was that exciting? He was expecting a pirate attack, I'm sure, ready to take command if the captain was struck down. No, he's very helpful. Ah, bucking for a promotion already. I wasn't certain what was happening earlier. I made the mistake of asking Arthur if I could help. The maned wolf grins. He looks young, not much older than yourself, really. His grin, too, is youthful. God, he's fucking handsome! Give me some of that! Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout-out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Kate Silverman. Thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our two gold tier patrons, Zeke and Toby. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!